May I see Javier Perez, please?
Main jail. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, sir.
Dale, he's represented by private counsel.
Seems to have stepped away. We're gonna have to put him on recall. Sorry, Judge.
Can you stand by just for a moment to get him up here? Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the Conti facility is in lockdown, so I have no inmates that pay for magistrate.
How long will it be in lockdown? Do we know?
I am not aware of that. They just haven't cleared it yet.
Got it.
Most of my guys are on the special list.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll put that on standby for a moment. Now, good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Hurley. I'm your judge. This afternoon, we're in first appearance court. Today is the day the court determines whether or not there is probable cause for your arrest. We're not here for a trial, not here to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty. It's not for today. You don't need to tell us about your case. You don't need to explain yourself, defend yourself. That's not for today. Save all those matters for your attorney in a private meeting. Understand if you give up the right to remain silent, whatever you say today can and will be used against you. Also, if you have a private attorney when you're called up, let me know who that is. We will contact your attorney and let them know that you're in court. Now, you ready to go on the municipal ordinance cases?
Yes, sir.
I'm just hoping we don't have anyone up at Conti, but we'll see.
Judge, all I would ask is at some point, because these are
We'll
starting
break
to take
into
more and
it.
more time, if we could maybe
Break
check
into it.
midway to see if.
Okay. Now, how about Luis Gonzalez?
Jeffrey Sinowski on behalf of the city of Deerfield Beach.
You doing?
I'm well, Judge. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Luis Gonzalez, please come forward. Where's Luis Gonzalez? All right, am I on?
Working on it, Judge.
Okay, what about Isis Gorley?
She's at North Broward, Your Honor. She's coming.
This is a Hollywood case.
So did Luis, did he bond or?
I don't know, I'll get back to it.
All right.
You know what? Stay right there. Where's Isis Gorley?
She's coming, Your Honor.
This is a
Get her over
Hollywood case. Miss Gorley, you're here for a theft case. You have a warrant, $2,000. Miss Gorley, let me ask you, are you working at this time?
No, sir. I just recently got released from.
No,
From here.
believe me, I know that. Do you have money in the bank?
And no.
Okay.
But I missed my court date. They didn't send me my court date, so I went the next day, and I go May 21st to get the warrant released, to get the warrant lifted.
Right. Okay, ma'am. Today your bond's $2,000. I'm going to appoint Mr. Shate to represent you today. All right? Thank you, Miss Gorley.
What's that?
There you go. What about Todd Kendrick?
North Broward.
Is it? Okay, we'll jump in right to Fort Lauderdale. There we go.
Judge, I spoke to the prosecutor,
Right.
Mr. Londeray. He would possible where we call him. He's offering adjudication time served.
Okay, let me ask, did you spoke with Londeray about this?
As an officer of the court, yes, sir.
So, what is count 1 through 4? Do we know?
That I don't know.
Sir, are you on probation right now for anything, Mr. Kendrick?
No, sir. No, sir.
Would you like to resolve your possession of paraphernalia right now and plead no contest
Yes, sir.
and get it over with?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know, I've had an attorney negotiate this for you, so I'm going to appoint an attorney,
Miss Lawrence?
Mick Lawrence. He's done the footwork on this.
He has, Judge.
So, sir, how do you plead to this charge?
No contest.
Okay, I'm going to accept that or withhold adjudication. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
We're good.
How about Linares? Mike Linares.
Main jail, Judge.
Okay. Linares, you're here for a municipal ordinance violation, open container in public. Linares, would you like to resolve it now? Plead no contest. Do you need do you want to bond out and come back to court?
No contest.
Do you understand the case
No
will be over
contest.
with today?
Yeah.
Do you need me to give
I
you
just
an
wanted to
attorney?
get it over. No.
No?
No.
You plead no contest or withhold adjudication. Thank you.
Your Honor, I do see Mr. Perez is not present.
Okay, we're going to just jump out real quick and we're going to go to a...
Outside.
Back. Let's see Javier Perez.
President to me.
Your Honor, if I could be heard before the court makes
Somebody
it.
gave me Menendez.
It's not going to be, I think it's from the public defender, it's not going to be necessary though, Your Honor.
Was that on, but that was intended for this case, maybe?
Yes, I believe so.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Perez,
Yes.
you have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right today, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Perez, you have Miss Allison Gilman. She's a very fine attorney. She's in our courtroom. She's representing you today. Apparently, your family hired her, so you do not need to make any comments. Allow her to speak on your behalf. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good afternoon, Miss Gilman.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Your client's charged with committing a first-degree felony with a weapon, tattoo, corruption, and threat, state
Your Honor, the state is going to be requesting, Your Honor, the state is not going to be seeking the court to make any determination for armed trafficking today. We will be asking Your Honor to make a probable cause determination for trafficking cocaine between 28 and 200 grams on count one.
Okay.
For today's,
That's just going to question my whole argument.
for today's purposes.
So count one. State, you're saying that you think the appropriate charge is trafficking in cocaine?
At this point in time, yes, Your Honor.
And what is the convenience bond for that?
$15,000.
How much? 15?
15, 1 5.
Okay, so now, Ms. Gilman, any comment about
No,
that?
Judge, that's what I was going to be requesting from the
We're
court.
going to find probable cause to trafficking cocaine and corruption by threat of a public servant. Now, let me,
As far as the bond, Your Honor, I have some information to present to the court, Your Honor. I believe that some aggravating factors.
go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, first,
Let me ask you this, before you do that, does he have a criminal record?
if we could go sidebar, there's a juvenile record.
Okay, hold on one moment. Back on the main record now. The court just learned of his juvenile record. Now, go ahead. Is there anything else you want to say regarding?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Detective Gordon from Sunrise Police Department. He authored the probable cause affidavit.
Okay, Detective, could you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Okay, why don't you scoot over there a little bit toward the mic, or put the mic up on the ledge, maybe?
Your Honor, this will catch everything. You say
Okay.
from here.
Now, I don't know, you want to ask questions?
Sure. Detective Gordon, you investigated these charges against Javier Perez?
Yes.
Okay. And based in the course of your investigation, did you learn any additional information involving Mr. Perez's involvement in drug sales that aren't listed, that aren't in the probable cause affidavit?
As far as drug sales,
Yes.
minor stuff as far as his involvement in other narcotic transactions.
Okay. And what would those, what involvement would that be?
He's been involved in the sale and distribution of marijuana, as well as one of my
I'm
sources
going to
advised-
object as to relevance, hearsay.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm going to allow latitude for cause determination, and the court believes this goes to this goes towards a bond issue, and the court's going to let it go. Go ahead.
Okay. In this case, you found upon executing a search warrant, you found a firearm in a safe that also contained an alleged trafficking amount of cocaine, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you also, in your investigation in this case, used a confidential source, correct?
Yes.
Did your confidential source give you any information regarding Mr. Perez, sales of narcotics and use of a gun?
His confidential source to advise that he is known to carry a firearm during the commission of these crimes.
And
Let me ask a question along those lines. How long have you known this confidential source?
worked with him on several cases over the last few months.
Okay. You ever known him to be dishonest or deceptive in any manner?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. He has a criminal record, though, I'm sure, right?
I would have to check on that.
Okay.
He might have a minor one.
Do you have any personal knowledge other than that confidential source that he has done other drug deals with weapons or firearms? Okay. Go ahead.
Detective Gordon, is there any evidence in this case that indicated that Mr. Perez had knowledge that there was a gun in the safe that was found in the trunk of the car?
Yes.
And what evidence is that?
A recording of him and the co-defendant speaking in the back of a marked police vehicle.
And what could you tell the court was the sum and substance of that conversation?
Yeah, the co-defendant asked him, don't you have a gun? And he said, yes, it's in the safe, but don't worry, they can't get to it without a warrant.
And are you aware of any recent complaints made against Mr. Perez involving alleged violence in a firearm?
Yes.
And could you please tell the court about that?
2 days prior to this incident, a report was filed by a unrelated male that
Judge, I'm going to object as to hearsay. And we don't
Okay.
even know who's quoting this.
I'm gonna allow it, and I'll give it its proper weight. Go ahead.
he engaged in an altercation with his sister's boyfriend, during which time he pulled out a gun and pointed it at the victim's face and threatened to shoot him.
How do you know about that?
I've read the sworn police report and I spoke to the victim.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And you were also present. There's an allegation that Mr. Perez, when speaking with Detective Mueller of Broward Sheriff's Office, made comments regarding knowing his children and where they go to school. Were you present during that?
Yes, I was.
And based on your observations, did that cause you to have any concern for Detective Mueller's his safety and well-being and the safety and well-being of his family?
Yes.
And could you tell the court?
He just looked over, he goes, I know you, and he goes, Detective Miller said, you do? And he goes, yeah, I know where you live, and I know where your kids go to school, I know where they stay. And he says, are you threatening me? And he just looked back at him and smiled and didn't say anything else.
Okay. Do you know whether or not he really knew Mueller?
I don't know. I don't work with him.
Let me ask you a question. You said the trunk, the safe was in the trunk?
It was in the passenger, it was in the rear, seat, floorboard area.
The rear seat floorboard?
It was in the passenger compartment.
Okay, got it.
And just so we're clear, the key to the safe, where was the key found?
On the keys to the vehicle.
Of the vehicle, who was operating the vehicle?
The defendant operated the vehicle. He had the key.
You know what? You want to ask a couple questions? I'll let you do it.
Yeah, Judge, that'd
You
be
got
great.
anything?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The deal actually occurred outside the vehicle, allegedly, correct?
I have to check, I wasn't present where I could visually see the deal take place. We had BSO detectives that were doing the visual observation. I was offsite behind the building.
When the deal occurred, allegedly, Mr. Perez was not armed, correct?
It was in the safe at that time. No, he was not on his person.
In the back or the rear of the vehicle, that he would have needed to open with his key that he had allegedly in the ignition of the car.
Yes.
So when you guys swarmed him, there was no gun on him, there was no gun in his immediate reach
No.
when the deal was actually going down.
At that time, no.
Okay. That's all.
Thank you.
And, if I could just ask one last question, because I know this is something you take into consideration.
Go ahead.
Could you, Detective, based on your experience in law enforcement, could you tell me, working drug and narcotics investigations, what is the approximate street value of 112 grams of cocaine?
I will have to look up it. So I don't know off the top of my head. I hate to misquote you. I don't know if detectives.
What's the street value? 1 ounce. 1 gram. Sorry. An ounce? Okay.
I believe the deal was supposed to be, for yesterday's occasion, was supposed to be somewhere in the area of 1,600 an ounce.
Okay. So,
I have nothing further.
okay. Anything you want to say, Ms. Gilman, regarding this defendant's ability to post bond or any bond release conditions?
Judge, I think the standard bond is appropriate. The court obviously can see his prior record is nothing to do with a firearm. He has some minor juvenile. The court, his whole family lives in Broward County. And I'm just asking the court to set the standard bond for the trafficking amount that he had.
Okay, state
I
what's your
believe that there are aggravating factors that would justify increasing the bonds, Your Honor. He has a prior involving a weapon, involving threatening someone. There's an allegation today that he threatened, maybe not direct threats, but made threats to detectives by bringing up his children. Now, Your Honor, I don't know if he knows them. I don't know if he was serious or not. But certainly just bringing that up is something that I would ask the court to take serious consideration of in an abundance of caution. Additionally, while it was not on his person when this alleged incident occurred, or he would be facing armed trafficking, he did bring keep a firearm with a trafficking amount of drugs, where there's strong evidence that he was aware that there was a gun there with the drugs, Your Honor. Additionally, there's been a sworn complaint by someone just a few days prior to this that he threatened them with a gun, once again causing additional concern for the statements he made to the detective in this case, Your Honor.
Okay, first let me say, Mr. Perez, your attorney has done an excellent job representing you today. When you first came in, you were looking at being held without bond on count 1. So what your attorney has done behind the scenes, she needs to be commended for. However, sir, the court is very concerned that you are committing crimes with guns. We have a report that recently you were involved in some kind of skirmish with a firearm. Now you're in a vehicle with a safe with drugs, apparently which had a firearm in it. The court is also concerned that put that issue along with the other issue of you allegedly making veiled threats to the police give the court great concern, not only for the community but for the officer's family. Count 1 will be $15,000, but count 2, the threats on the police officer, the court's raising that bond to $10,000. Total bond's $25,000. Pre-trial release, GPS monitor, court will order. That'll be a level 1 lockdown. It's not only based on these facts. It's based on you're allegedly involved in serious drug dealings with a weapon. You get a safe in the car. You're allegedly making veiled threats, and you have a juvenile record, which involves violence. Ma'am, thanks for coming to court today.
Thank you, Judge. The only request I would make is I know that he does have, he's worked the same construction job for about 5 years. Will the court allow him to go to work on a daily basis, as long as he's obviously
I didn't know
being
about
monitored?
that. I'll change it.
Yes, and I go to church with my mom every Sunday.
And may he go to church with his
Okay,
mother?
I'll allow him to go to church and I'll allow him to go to work, all right?
Okay, great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, young man.
Your Honor, Conti lockdown is lifted. Inmates are on post.
Got it, thank you.
Hey, Judge, I've got
Good
Mr.
job.
Gonzalez
Judge.
here.
Excuse me?
Paige, Mr. Gonzalez from the morning docket, the MO case.
Okay, may I see Luis Gonzalez? That's the Deerfield case, am I correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Yes.
now, Mr. Gonzalez, sir, you're here for rollerblading on a sidewalk. Now, you don't see that one every day. This is what we call an entry-level crime. First they start doing that, and then bank robbery.
It's a gateway.
Right.
Skateboard down the bridge.
Right.
Where's it gonna stop?
Yeah, I gotta tell you.
Actually, he's here on papers, and he's shown up in his arraignment back in December.
What do you do for work, Mr. Gonzalez?
I'm currently a server / bartender at a Casimir French Bistro down in Boca, a high-end, elegant restaurant.
Yeah.
I missed 2 days of work already, and my employer doesn't know any idea of what's going on. So hopefully, I still have my job.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to get back out and go back to work. I mean, I think it's ridiculous that
He ended up in jail over this, but what do we?
The city's offering a withhold time served
Sir, you
and costs.
want to get it over with? Just plead no contest. You're not going to be convicted of this. It's just over with today. That's the end of it. Not a big deal. You want to do that?
sounds. Yeah, the thing is, I went to court for this same warrant
Right.
4 months ago, so the case should have been handled already.
Did you plead no contest back then or guilty?
Yes. No, they dismissed the case.
They did.
Yeah.
Didn't dismiss the case, and I'm showing him as a capias for an arraignment back in December before Judge Lee.
His name is Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah. Luis Daniel Gonzalez.
For what?
14. Oh, go ahead.
1400.
Circle the yes.
29. MO.
Put the amount inside the line.
Now, They say it's not dismissed. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'll just, I would definitely like to get out of jail and just let my lawyer handle this.
Okay, look, do you want to bond out and just come back to court?
Actually, I don't even know how much it's worth me to bond out, and I don't have no
I'll lower
contact
your bond at
information.
$25, all right? Just bond out.
Judge, can we ROR him just in case, because it says that his work has no idea where he's at.
Do you still live on 67 Court?
67?
62nd Court in Boca?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna.
Judge, he may not understand. The city's offer is a withholding time
but
served.
You know what? If he may not want the blemish on his record. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll do. I'll give you $25.
Is that Fred Haddad?
What?
Judge, is that Fred Haddad? Is that Fred Haddad?
No.
No, I'm much younger than Freddie.
Oh, okay.
No, he's younger than. Never mind. We'll see. I lowered your bond at $25. All right. You know, you do look like Fred Haddad.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Sir, we're done with your case. Your bond's $25, all right? Thank you. Okay, what about Ronald Palmer? Hey, take care. This is another city case.
Yes, it is, Judge. I was just trying to contact the city about Mr. Palmer and Eichauer. I don't think they know about these.
Hold on.
Let me call. Well,
Okay. Have a seat, Mr. Palmer. We'll be right back with you, all right? Sir, thank you. How you doing?
How you been?
Good.
Okay. Great, thank you, Your Honor.
Good. What can I do for you?
I have a Mark Edner Lamissiere. And I think you put him on for me today on the afternoon hearing, which I'm very, very grateful for.
Sure, Mr. Lamissiere, please come forward. We have Mr. Mark Lamissiere.
North per hour, Your Honor.
Mr. Lamissiere, you're being represented by Mr. Richardson, who's in our courtroom. You don't need to say anything. Allow him to speak on your behalf, all right?
All right.
Okay, how you doing? Good?
Great, yeah, yes, sir.
Now, your client's been charged with aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony, domestic violence related, count 2 felony battery resulting in great bodily harm, and count 3 burglary with assault or battery. Now, count 3 is a first degree PBL, punished by a lead felony, and in order to hold him without bond, I have to first find out if the state is interested in holding him without bond on count 3.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now there has to be a finding of proof evident presumption great.
Right,
Now, I read yesterday. I'll be honest, I didn't read it again today. Let me just look. Okay, so I see it says he allegedly went over to a woman's mother's house while she was there. Allegedly, he forced open. She got up, got her 2 children, got out of there. Then he allegedly rammed her vehicle multiple times with his vehicle. Her left eye was badly swollen at University Hospital. She had strangulation marks on both sides of her neck, laceration on her lip, and abrasions on her chest. And they found that the vehicle was in fact damaged. And they found that the victim's bedroom door frame was damaged Estimated cost $450. So, now, that being said, anything else that you want to?
Your Honor, I'm just relying upon the probable cause affidavit. I believe there is, at a minimum, proof evident at this point in time. As the court is well aware that a finding at this point for this hearing is based on the totality of the report. And Your Honor is not just being asked to rely solely on the alleged victim's words. There is also, based on this investigation, physical evidence that would support her allegations, Your Honor. The physical injury she suffered, that they also support being punched and choked, damage to the door frame that would support the allegations that she was chased, then that he forced his way to the door, the physical damage to her car, Your Honor. I believe that her statement, based on the physical evidence that corroborates her statement, satisfies proof evident, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, any comment about that?
I mean, Your Honor, I don't think it'll. I don't think in the bond hearing. I mean, there's much more to it actually to get proof evident presumption grade. I would say that I'm married, and that there are many more facts involved. This is the first I've heard the arrest affidavit, Your Honor, but I would say that not only is there not proof evident presumption grade, we have a really safe solution, I believe. I mean, the father here, and the aunt here. I don't think he has any priors ever in his life. He has family that he would live with. He was going back and forth. I mean, there's text messages and everything back and forth from them. I mean, they're a couple. They've been together. I know for a fact that he has a place to stay with his family, with his father. He could have an ankle monitor. He could have the highest supervision he could possibly have. He could report to whoever his ankle monitor officer is, just go to work. He would not be allowed to use it. I mean, keep from computers, keep from everything, and a strong colloquy, Your Honor. But I don't think it arises to prove evident presumption. We just have to rely on the report, and I understand that, Your Honor. But that's all we have. I think he's entitled to a bond. The bond could be the most difficult bond to get through, which would be an ankle monitor, some sort of supervision. Family doesn't have a lot of money, so we'd also ask, obviously a bond, but it's whatever Your Honor could do to keep it at the lowest level possible. We're gonna go to photos, okay? And I hope I'm not misspoken, but I believe that he has no priors either. I'm just saying. I know that doesn't necessarily. It is only one factor. But
I didn't even know whether.
And frankly, I don't believe that's even relevant right now because.
I try not to learn about priors before I make a determination.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, but I just think it keeps me with a clear mind.
Yeah, you're right. No.
So I'm looking at this. I had some questions, but I'm rereading it now. They're married, but they're not living together. I see his address on 12th Court in Pembroke Pines. The place where this happened allegedly was at 77th Terrace, North Lauderdale. And it says here the defendant arrived and broke into the victim's mother's house by forcing open the rear bedroom window and climbing in. My only question that I had was not the alleged violence, but was it actually a burglary? But it appears that he doesn't live there. It doesn't appear that he has any right to be there, and he had to go through a rear window to get into the house. So it seems rather clear that it's a burglary, and it appears that it's a burglary with a battery, or at least a burglary with an assault at a minimum, that he went and knocked in the door while she was in the house, then chased her out in the front yard. The court today is going to find proof evident presumption great. The court believes Mr. Richardson based on two cases. The cases are the Keel case, K-E-L, out of the 4th District Court of Appeal, and the Preston case, which is, I think, out of the 2nd DCA, that at first appearance where the state has moved to foreclose bond and where there's a finding of proof evident presumption great, the court is in the belief that it does not have discretion to set a bond at first appearance. The only way bond can be set is through an Arthur hearing through the trial division. So today the court will order the defendant on count 3 be held without bond. Now, State, tell me, does he have priors?
Your Honor, I can tell you right now that this alleged victim, I believe, sought injunctions, orders of protection against him twice in the past. He was arrested in 2005 in Volusia County for domestic violence battery that was dropped. I don't see any other priors in Florida. I can also tell Your Honor, we had our office had contact with the alleged victim. She is in great fear, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, any comment about bond on count 1 and 2? It's really academic because at this point, he's going to have an
comment,
argument. So, court's going to set his bond on count 1 at $7,500, count 2 at $7,500, and then allow this to go to the trial judge. In the meantime, sir, you're not allowed to have any contact directly or indirectly with Gianna Kelly Lamsier. No contact with her directly or indirectly, or Charmaine Bostwick. No contact directly or indirectly. You must stay 500 feet from both of them. You're not allowed to possess guns or weapons if you eventually make bond. Anything else, Mr. Richardson?
Sir, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
You well.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you, Mr.
Is there anything we can do for you back there?
Judge, I'm on page 8, Mr. Campbell's.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, may I see Kenneth Campbell? And then right after that, I need to see Mr. Taylor.
Judge, both Mr. Campbell and Mr. Taylor have declined the services of the public defender.
Okay. Mr. Kenneth Campbell, sir, you have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right today, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Do you understand what I've explained, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, sir, let me ask, Steve, you're charged with robbery with the firearm at count 1. Count 2 is a traffic infraction. Steve, are you seeking a foreclosed bond and release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, may I have everyone who's going to testify raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Let me start over here on the right. Man with the red top, tell me your name.
Imani St. Ange.
Speak louder.
Imani St. Ange.
And how do you know Mr. Campbell?
My boyfriend.
Okay, how long have you known him?
About like a year.
Okay, thank you. Okay, ma'am, you want to step right up there? Tell us your name.
My name is Miriam Johnson.
And Miss Johnson, how do you know Mr. Campbell?
He's my son.
Okay, ma'am, thank you very much. How long has Mr. Campbell lived here in South Florida, ma'am?
All his life. He's 18.
Okay, and is he in school or is he working at this time?
He works 2 jobs, sir.
What does he do?
He works at Ross Customer Service.
Okay.
And then at in the evening, he works at Red Lobster.
Great.
Busboy, waiter.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. And we have a bailiff here. So what can I do for you?
Your Honor, I know the family personally. Mother's a hard-working nurse. She gives him the car so he can go back and forth to 2 jobs.
Right.
She takes the tri-rail to work. He has no belt record of any sort. We're hoping maybe he would qualify for pre-trial or something.
Okay.
So that the mother could take an attorney.
I understand. Ma'am, have you spoken to any attorneys yet?
I'm on the way over to Eric Schwartzwright again. I've known him for quite some time.
That's good. He's a good attorney.
Yes, sir.
Here's, if you want me to, I can put this off for tomorrow. Let you go talk to him. You want to do that?
Sure.
I'll put this off for 1:30 tomorrow. And then I'll let you go tell Mr. Schwartzreich we reset this for 1:30 tomorrow. I'll let you go take a look at it at that time, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming to court. Now, let's see Mr. Taylor, Richard Taylor. Taylor? Sir, have you hired an attorney? Is your family going to hire an attorney for you?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you know who they're going to hire?
Not out of.
Okay. I'll reset you for 1:30 tomorrow. And then in the meantime, contact your attorney and tell them that the attorney should be in courtroom 235 at 1:30 tomorrow. Okay?
Definitely.
All right, sir. Thank you. You and Campbell are going to be held without bond at least until then. Thank you. Now see Oliver Dyer.
North Broward. North Broward.
Mr. Dyer, domestic battery, quick finds probable cause. Let's see, do you have any priors on?
No, no, Judge.
No? Okay. Did you have contact with the alleged victim? Mr. Dyer, let me ask you, how long have you lived down here in South Florida, sir?
South Florida, about 3 years.
Are you currently employed?
Not any longer.
What type of work were you doing?
I was doing limo driving.
And do you have money in the bank?
I have a little bit.
Okay. Now, do you have do you have children?
Yes.
How many?
I have one son. He's 10 years old.
Okay. Did you want to tell me something else just about your
Yeah.
ability to bond? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I was advised by the representative here to tell you that I have private counsel and for you to, I
Fine.
guess,
Who's
to get
your
in touch
attorney?
with them. Scott Long.
Scott Long. Okay. Do you
Yeah.
know Scott Long's telephone number?
Not off my head. If I had my phone, I could give you my mother's number.
That's
She
okay.
could contact my.
Where's his office?
I believe it's in. I'm not sure of where his office is, but he does do work in your courthouse.
Okay. Stand by one moment, all right? Let me say this, State, did he have a criminal record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, are you familiar with the facts yet, Mr. Long?
No.
No, okay. Hold on just one moment. He's charged with the domestic battery, and I'll tell you right now. Give me a moment. Been in a relationship 9 months with a woman named Capri Clark. He allegedly struck her in the nose with a closed fist, struck her again with another closed fist on her forehead, and she came to her feet, sat on her bed while she was holding her 1-year-old daughter. And then he grabbed her, threw her from the bed onto the floor. And then when she tried to get up, he put his foot on her face. And she hit the right side of her face on the ground. She sustained multiple bruises to her nose and face. and she also sustained a cut on the forehead. So, based on those facts, the court's not inclined to give him a bond. The court found out, though, before I knew you were representing him, he's a limo driver, and I think you have limited funds to bond out. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, but I do have people that can bond me out.
Okay. Mr. Long, the court's going to go ahead and set his bond. He has no criminal record, but just based on the level of violence today, the court's going to set his bond at $6,500. The court will order that he has no contact, directly or indirectly, with the alleged victim, Capri Clark. Don't call her, text her, email her, stay 500 feet from her at all times. That's where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess guns, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release, all right?
Yes, sir, but can I say one thing?
Go ahead, sir. What is it?
Everybody's telling me that she quote unquote lives with me, but the lease is under my name. I pay the rent, and she just stays with me from time to time. So if she comes back to my house, what should I do?
You should probably call the police. If you don't want her there, when you're there, she knocks on the door. Don't open the door. Call the police. All right?
Okay.
Mr. Long, thank you very much, sir. All right. Take care. Excuse me, sir? According to what are you talking? According to this court, the court, you mean the one I preside over? Sir, we don't deal with normally here. We don't deal with, we deal with case by case. I look at the facts of each case. All right? Thank you. Okay. There you go. All right.
Judge, we,
No, that really, can I just...
two people on page 5, I have had a chance to speak to Mr. Landere. We have Ronald Palmer, 2 cases, both alcohol beverage violations.
Right.
2 different cases, and then below him, Jerry Eisenhower, trespass on school grounds.
Eisenhower is in this courtroom?
No, Eisen.
Oh, Eisen.
Eisen. I-C-E-N Hauer.
Eisenhower
Close.
bonded, Your Honor.
Eisenhower bonded.
He bonded then, okay.
So he's
gone.
Yeah, he's...
Now, Mr. Landere has indicated to me through a text that he would be happy with whatever the court wants to do. I would ask if the court would consider appointing Mr. McLaurin, since we've been involved with this, and ask the court to, on these alcohol beverage violations, to consider a withhold and time served.
Let me ask you this. When...
And the city's okay with that.
Do we know the last time Mr. Palmer was in state?
If you give me his BCCN number, I can certainly.
But 104728.
Last time in was February 19th of this year.
Yeah.
And that was on a. It was a trespassing. He pleaded out, got out the next day. Before that was February of this year.
Okay, sir, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
My whole life, sir.
And right now it says you're homeless. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, how long have you been on the street?
Off and on, about 3 years since my mom died.
And when you're not on the street, where do you stay?
I stay with my uncle.
Well, why can't you stay with your uncle all the time? Why sometimes you out on the street?
Well, because his wife, he's got a wife. Sometimes it gets in the middle.
Is alcohol the problem? They don't want you drinking around the house?
No, I don't really drink around their house.
No? Well, you seem
No.
like a nice man. You seem like an intelligent man, and I'm trying to figure out why can't you get off the street? I'm wondering, what do you think the problem is?
Well, I just spent 7 days in the hospital. They did surgery on my ankle.
No, but
Okay.
you've been doing this before that, so.
Well, I've been having a little bit of problems because my mom died. I've been having a little bit of mental problems.
How long ago did your mom die?
3 years ago.
Well, I mean, my dad died about that same time ago, but I mean, people get older, people pass away. I mean, you're 3 years after it now. I bet you have an alcohol problem, and
Yeah.
I think you do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to resolve the case today, but I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you on both of these cases. I'm going to send this over to Judge Lerner Wren, and I'm going to ask Mr. Atria, who's the lawyer I'm going to appoint. Well, I'm going to appoint Mr. McLawrence, but I'm going to ask Mr. Atria to make sure two things. Number one is, if this case gets resolved, that a component is alcohol treatment, and the other component is trying to get you off the street into some place to live, a halfway house, so we don't keep repeating this, all right?
Okay.
Okay? All right, good luck, Mr.
Yes,
Palmer.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Just send this over to Judge Lerner Wren. Point FJ Lawrence. Okay, thank you. Okay, how you doing? It's too bad yesterday, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Here we go, we're back on. Sharon Wilson, Tamika Jackson, please line up.
North Broward.
Hi, Miss Wilson.
Hello.
Hi, ma'am. You're here for robbery, aggravated battery, and possession of flakka, PVP. Quick fines, probable cause state. Do you have priors on it? Ma'am, are you working, Miss Wilson?
No, I get disability and I currently have a lawsuit in against the city for falling in a water main and hurting my leg.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any money in the bank?
No.
Okay,
But that's
go
because
ahead,
you can't have money in the bank.
2013, possession of prescription meds without a prescription. 2011, 2010, possession of cocaine. 09, possession of cocaine. 02, delivery of cocaine. 5 years, habitual offender. Cocaine 01, cocaine 2000. 1996, robbery with a weapon. 49 months in state prison as a habitual offender.
What year was that?
96.
96. All right, ma'am. I'm going to go ahead and set your bond today. Count one, I'm going to set at $50,000. 2 at $5,000, 3 at $1,000. You have a prior robbery, prior drug charges based on the level of violence. In this case, ma'am, the court's going to order you have no contact with Terry Fenster, directly and indirectly. Thank you, ma'am.
Judge, will the court do a mental health screen too?
I'll do that.
You ready? You ready? Ready to turn me up? Yeah. Says no. Can I put you in a drug program?
How about Tamika Jackson?
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, Ms. Jackson. Violating probation on a felony case, ma'am. You see your judge on the 13th? That's Judge Cohen. You'll be held no bond until then. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll take care. I'm gonna get a call in a second. The guy's like, oh, she filled a waiver.
All right, Kenneth Jones, Kevin Phillips, Eddie Rancho.
Kenneth Jones?
Oliver Jones?
No.
Kenneth Jones is North
Sit down.
Broward, Your Honor.
Kenneth Jones. Mr. Jones, possession of cannabis, loitering or
You
prowling.
sit down.
Court finds probable
sit
cause.
down.
Photo order, Judge.
Okay, Steve, do we have any, let me see here.
Yeah, he has a pretty serious district judge. His priors include 06 burg dwelling, 2 years state prison, is a YO. 06 burg dwelling grand theft, 2 years. 06 grand theft auto, aggravated fleeing and eluding, resisting without violence, 2 years.
All right, sir, you want to resolve your case today?
All that happened in the same time. All called them cases at one time.
Okay, you got cannabis today and you got loitering or prowling. What do you want to do? You want to resolve it today? You want to just plead no contest and it's over with, or what do you want to do?
It's going to be on my record?
Yeah, but look, you got a couple burglaries, a grand theft auto, and a grand theft on your record too. So, I mean, it's a practical matter. It's, but it's up to you. Do you still live on 56th Avenue, B29 in Lauderhill?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to release you ROR. You can come back to court, all right?
All right.
Thank you. How about Kevin
Thank you.
Phillips?
President of the Maine, Judge.
Petty thefts or court finds probable cause, Mr. Phillips. Wow, this is a... All right, State.
I don't think so.
Did you... State, does this defendant have any priors?
No, Your Honor.
No?
Judge, he's been living down here for 15 years.
So
Currently
the
unemployed, but he is
bond's been
actively
posted,
looking for
all right?
work.
Your Honor, Your Honor, before we go on to any other cases, we had a case that...
Hold on, wait.
No, nothing on this case.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Sir, no contact with MC. That is Mike Charlie. No contact with that person directly or indirectly. Thank you.
We'd
Bond has been posted.
we'd reset a domestic from this morning, Tyrone Carter.
Tyrone Carter. All right.
Conti, Your Honor.
Got it.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, because this case hasn't been previously filed, no file in my office has been created, I can't confirm or deny the alleged victim filing a waiver. I can tell you, as stated in the report, one, she gave a sworn statement. Two, even if she did file a waiver, according to this, there's a taped conversation between her and the between Mr. Carter and the alleged victim, where he confesses to these offenses. And on top of that, he's being held no bond, I see, on at least multiple VOP holds, out-of-county holds, with bonds on multiple burglaries. So,
Sir, the court's going to set your bond on count 14 at $10,000, count 15 at $10,000. Based on the facts of the case, the information garnered from you earlier regarding your ability to post bond, and the level of violence, court will order no contact with Katie Ann Beckford, directly and indirectly. No contact with her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. You're not allowed to possess guns or weapons if you make bond. Thank you. How about Eddie Rancher?
I want to have like a belt with all my phones on it.
That's a medical reset, Judge.
You need a
I put no contact with the first one.
You need that big a screen.
Sentinel?
No. Eddie Rancher. Where's Eddie Rancher?
Medical reset, Judge.
I'm going to reset him for, hold on one moment.
John? Yeah.
It's going to be Wednesday PM docket. Okay. Kiko Knox.
Bonded, Judge.
What about Mark Santil?
President of the Maine.
She's been charged with possession of cannabis, possession of PVP, which is flakka. Court finds probable cause. State, do we have any priors on this gentleman?
Who is this?
Okay, let me talk to him. Do we have any priors on
One
him?
moment, Your Honor.
Sentinel.
Yep.
2014, possession of cannabis, resisting without violence. 2013, possession of cannabis. 1997, theft.
Okay. Sir, are you working at this time?
Judge, Mr. Sentinel has been living in South Florida his entire life. He's currently unemployed, but he has worked previously as a roofer and in other construction-related fields. He has 3 children that he provides parental support to, 11, 7, and 5. Judge, we're hoping for pretrial release with a rehab component.
I'm going to release your ROR to pretrial release, sir. You're going to have drug and alcohol evaluation. You're going to be drug tested every week. If you come back with PVP or any other drug after this hearing, you'll be rearrested. All right, sir?
Thank you, Judge.
How about Oliver Jones, Victor Danso, and Kesner Montpremier? Oliver Jones.
He's present at the main judge.
Sir, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, resisting arrest without violence. Court finds probable cause. The state, do we have any priors on Mr. Jones?
I see an arrest in 1980 for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer and carrying a concealed firearm. I don't have a disposition, though.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mr. Miller, do you have any thing you'd like to say on behalf of this defendant?
Judge, Mr. Jones has been living in South Florida since 1954. There's never been any trouble before. He worked his whole life as a builder, raised 2 children. One of them's a doctor. Judge, we're looking for ROR on this one.
You know, I'm not going to release him ROR, but I will lower his bond to $1,500 though, on count 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to order you're not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages while you're out on release, and not allowed to have any contact with victim Broderson.
Then, Your Honor, I would ask for some type of pretrial, some type of, because I do have concerns here, because I'm not saying per se that Mr. Jones is a dangerous man, but there may be other issues going on, that all of a sudden getting into an accident and then threatening people, stabbing someone with a knife or cutting someone with a knife. Pretrial with the bond, I think, would be reasonable, just to have someone have an eye on
your
him.
report to pretrial release the following day after you bond out. They'll give you a map right there. I'm going to order a psychosocial evaluation, all right? Okay? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. We are clear at the main.
Thank you.
No, we're not, apparently. Oh, we've got the young lady, the reset from this morning, the Portuguese lady. Apparently, there is no Portuguese interpreter available today.
I could have paid it. Not available tomorrow either.
What do you do?
I mean, it seemed, this is just me, but it seemed that she was understanding and she was answering all the questions that were being asked of her.
Where is Miss Gilza Diaz Ojeda? She's lived here 25 years. Let's see if she can.
I mean, we can get the Spanish, but it seemed...
May I see Miss Diaz Ojeda? Diaz Ojeda.
I mean, wait a minute. Did we go see...
Excuse me. Is Diaz Ojeda Central?
There she is.
Where is she?
I'm sorry, Judge, what's this?
Yeah. I'm gonna pay.
Ma'am? Ma'am, it appears that we cannot get a Portuguese interpreter in here for about 2 days. So, do you understand what I'm saying right now? I know you've lived in the U.S. for 25 years, I believe. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Your bond is going to be $2,000. You can bond out of jail, all right? Thank you.
Okay.
You're not,
I
you're not allowed to drink any alcohol while you're on release. Is that clear?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try 5. Stay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, you okay, Mr. Jones? You understand what to do?
Victor Danso, Kesner Montpremier.
Can't go till I get out of here.
Right. You gotta call your family, ask them to postpone for you.
Your Honor, Montpremier is still on loan, but could
You guys gonna be able to get him a phone call?
Your mic is on, Dale.
Sorry.
Right. Could the court make a PC determination one way or the other?
I did.
Okay.
I found PC on
Thank
that
you.
last case. How about Kesner Montpremier?
No, that's the one I'm talking about, that he's still on loan.
There.
Pass it along. Okay. Yeah.
Now, you can reset him for tomorrow. He's actually back. He just wasn't logged in.
1:30 tomorrow, right there. Okay, what about Daniel Davies?
He's on loan too, Your Honor.
I know I passed this paper. Oh, wow.
Okay, we're gonna set it for Wednesday PM on Mr.
You're talking.
Davies.
How many times I got to do the thing?
There you go. Now. Okay. Now see, Natana Castillo.
You stick these.
Conti, Your Honor.
Did you hand me those documents? Yeah, there's 2. Boatwright and Burgess.
Give me a moment, sir. Log in.
You still got people?
Let me ask you, Mr. Castillo,
Yes, sir.
how come you've not bonded out of the jail yet?
Yes. Me no English, sir. Little English.
Would you call Spanish for me?
Boss.
Ask
Boatwright,
some customers.
ROR. Burgess, filed. And Scott, don't worry about Scott. I got
Set
that.
to say,
That's a
por
bond
favor.
issue. He's got a bondsman. I've already talked to the bondsman. It's just about setting bonds on a bond on a bird dwelling, so his bondsman can bond him out, so he can get it.
Your Honor, Burgess is also at Conti.
Your Honor, Burgess at 30 days been filed per Odyssey.
Where's Burgess?
Conti.
You know what, Burgess, stand by. I'll be right back with you. Where's Miranda Mathis?
North Broward, Your Honor. Stand on the exit.
Mr. Mathis, you're here for, just hold on one moment. A theft case. Ma'am, how come you haven't bought it out yet, Miss Mathis?
I have no one to bond me out.
Okay. How long have you lived down here in South Florida, ma'am?
Since August.
Okay, what type of work do you do?
I don't. I'm in rehab.
Oh, so you came to South Florida for rehab?
Yes.
I've got it, well. Let me ask you, where are you from?
Originally from North Carolina.
So you came from North Carolina to Broward County for rehab?
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious. How did you get to Broward County for rehab? Was it your insurance company who recommended it?
Yes, sir.
Very interesting.
And
I've always felt there's something going on here about this, but. Did they give you different choices? Was Fort Lauderdale one of them? Or did they give you like Oklahoma and Michigan and Illinois, or was it just here?
I chose to come to Florida because that's where my grandmother lived.
Okay, so did they give you options of different places to go?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's maybe my suspicion. Do you know how many people come down on rehab and get arrested for same thing?
I think it's
A lot. I bet you we have 2 or 3 a week. Allegedly went to Walmart. Is your rehab over with yet, or when is it going to be over?
No, it's ongoing.
How long is it going to go?
I'd like to do as long as possible to get myself clean.
Yeah, but what did they tell you the treatment plan is? Is it 6 months or?
You can do 30 to 60 days, however long you want.
Well, does the insurance just pay for it for the rest of your life to just stay at this place?
No.
Basically.
No. There's a point where insurance should say
I'm
you
sure the
received
insurance
enough treatment.
at some point says we're not going to continue to pay.
Doesn't matter. Any kind of there's no way.
Yeah, your insurance can cut you off.
There's no insurance
How
that will
long have you been in
indefinitely pay
rehab?
for. Yeah.
I came down
But it all
without
depends.
rehab.
It could be 30 days. It could be 6 months. But
I've been in rehab on and off for like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, you came down.
I don't
Why
know.
did you come down before rehab? What did you come down for?
My grandmother.
Oh, I got it. You told me that. Okay, so this is allegedly going into Walmart and stealing clothing. Does she have any prior state? Do you know that?
I'd have to put it into the system at this point. Definitely doesn't have anything in Broward, but she hasn't been here, really.
What's the name of the facility she's at? I
I
mean,
mean, I don't know what their policy is. Someone getting arrested while in rehab could be a problem staying in rehab.
Tell you something? So, hold on one moment. Let me look at, okay, so does she have a criminal record?
If you want, I can put her name in the system and see if there's anything from out of state or out of county. I'm going to be a bit limited because they didn't have her social when
Ma'am, are
she
you
was
gonna
booked.
live in Lake Worth? Are you gonna live, where do you live, Lake Worth?
Lake Worth.
Is that where your grandmother lives, or is that the rehab?
That's where my father lives.
This is. I mean, this is.
Hold on one moment.
This is just.
I think she's gotta have something prior.
Business. see.
We're looking you up on the computer, ma'am.
Not getting anything. Yeah, Judge, I mean, no information's coming out.
No?
No.
Okay. Ms. Mathis, I'm going to do this. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Your mail is going to go to that Jackson Avenue address, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you say?
Okay, Nathaniel Castillo, you ready to go, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, truthfully and to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do. Sylvia Orozco.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. And Mr. Castillo, sir, how come you've not bonded from the jail yet?
Señor Castillo, ¿por qué si usted no ha pagado la fianza para salir de la cárcel todavía?
Porque no tengo dinero.
Because I don't have any money.
All right, sir, the problem as the court sees it
El problema, como lo ve la corte,
is that there's a gas station that doesn't want you to go back there.
es que hay una estación de gasolina que no quiere que usted regrese allá.
They say that you keep going back and hanging around a gas station.
Dicen que usted se mantiene yendo de vuelta y manteniendo dando vuelta ahí en la bomba, en la gasolinera.
And they've asked you many times not to go back
Y
there.
le han pedido varias veces que no regrese a ese lugar.
If I let you out of jail, can you promise not to return to the gas station?
Si yo lo dejo salir de la cárcel, ¿usted me promete que no va a regresar a esa estación de gasolina?
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason you need to go back there?
¿Hay alguna razón para que usted necesite regresar allá?
Do they owe you
No, no.
money or anything like that?
No. ¿Allí le deben dinero o algo parecido?
No, I'm sorry.
No.
It's not a gas station, it's Home Depot.
Ah, no, no, no,
Home
no es una
Depot,
estación
yeah.
de gasolina, es el Home Depot.
Sí, es que yo voy a buscar trabajo, pero yo no me paro en Home Depot. Yo me paro en la parada que está al lado de Home Depot, pero no voy a ir más.
Thing is,
Yo me voy para Israel.
I go to Home Depot to look for a job. I don't stand by Home Depot. I do that by the bus stop, but I won't go back there.
Yeah, don't return to Home Depot, all right, sir?
No regrese a ese Home Depot, ¿ok, señor?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
would you like to resolve your case today?
¿Quiere entonces resolver su caso hoy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Plead to this charge.
Y entonces, ¿cuál es la declaración que usted va a dar? ¿Cómo se declara usted con respecto a este caso?
Guilty, no contest.
Usted se declara que es culpable, usted se declara que no se opone al cargo.
Sí, no conste.
No contest.
Okay. Do you understand the case is over with today? You don't have to come back to court.
Entonces, ¿entiende usted que el caso ya queda cerrado y no tiene que regresar a la corte? ¿Entiende eso?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The court will accept that.
Acepto.
The court will withhold adjudication. Thank you,
Fallo
sir.
que no es condenatorio. El fallo que le siento es un fallo no condenatorio. Gracias, señor.
Okay.
Mi respeto para usted.
Thank you.
Now, I think that you want to make an announcement, ma'am. There may be one more.
¿Alguien que necesite intérprete en español? ¿Hay alguien que hable solo español? Solo español.
Why don't you call it Blue Grab?
Okay.
Look like it.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, Your Honor.
Is he David Meyer? David Meyer?
Come on. Answer. Conti.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Meyer. You're here for resisting arrest, cannabis, and drug paraphernalia. How come you haven't bonded out of the jail yet, sir?
I'm prepared to bond out. I'm just waiting on my court date, and then I'll find out if it's if I should bond out or not. I asked to bond out already.
Well, do you have anyone who's going to help you bond out of jail?
I don't believe so.
Okay, let me look here. See what happened. Hold on, just give me 1 moment. You're down from New Jersey, am I correct, sir?
That is correct.
How long have you been down here in South Florida?
5 years.
Okay, and you still have a Springfield, New Jersey address. Do you know why that would be?
My mother and stepfather live there
Well,
in Springfield, New Jersey.
Okay, do you have a local address down here in South Florida?
I have my grandmother's address. And that's about it.
Okay, let me.
Hi, is there? Could you just have them give me a call?
I'm just reading it for the first time when we look at it.
Fine. Thanks for asking.
It's interesting. So what are you going to do? You're going to bond out of jail, or you're going to wait for your court date to come around?
I don't know if I'm prepared to answer that right now. I apologize.
Well, I mean, is your family working on bonding you out of the
next
jail?
week? Okay.
They don't know I'm here as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, what do you do for work?
I'm in between jobs. I've worked in retail and the restaurant business.
Do you have money in the bank?
Yes.
How much would you say you have in the bank right now?
$400.
Okay. Do you have an apartment or any place to live if you get out of jail?
I stay between friends and my grandmother, and
Now, where does your grandmother live?
I'm thinking about going back north to my family, my mother's,
Where does your grandmother live?
in Boynton Beach,
Okay.
Florida.
Does he have prayers?
Not in Broward, Your Honor.
No. Sir, let me ask you, you talk to your
Her
parents
place
up
is in Delray, actually. I'm sorry.
do you
Excuse me?
talk to your parents up in New Jersey?
I do.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Meyer. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today, and your mail is going to go to your parents' address in New Jersey, so you need to keep in touch with them. They'll get your next court date, so you'll have to come back to court, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'd rather, when is the court date? May I ask when the court date will be, though?
Do we know when his court date's going to be? We don't know when it is. Get out, call the Broward County Clerk of Court, go online, they'll be able to tell you when your court date is, all right?
I mean, I prefer just to wait. I'm not feeling well enough to leave, to be honest with you.
Would it,
What
do you mean?
I can't. I don't know. I'm not able to drive. Because I'm still kind of ill from the light.
You're ill from what light?
I mean, I have some bruising from my arrest, and I'm not feeling well. I'm still taking medicine to feel better. So I mean, if I left here, there's no guarantee that I'll be able to make it to a safe destination.
Well, let me ask you, you're feeling ill now. Is it something you had before you came into jail, or is it something that you've gotten ill since you've been in jail?
Yes, I was feeling ill before jail, and I feel ill and sick now.
Well, you've been in jail for 5 days. Have you seen a doctor?
I have not seen a doctor. I've seen just the well, maybe at the hospital I may have seen a doctor, but not since the hospital.
Do you think anything that happened, like, is it because of how the police treated you that's making you where you don't feel good?
Absolutely.
So you think that if I let you out of jail, you may not be able to get back to New Jersey or be able to get back to where you're going to stay because of what happened?
I believe there's no guarantee, yes, sir.
All right, hold on one moment. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to send you over to another judge. She'll be able to help you, all right? Judge Lerner Wren.
May I request like a speedy trial just because of how long I've been here already? May I ask?
Well, you have to do that in writing. It has to get served on the state attorney. There's procedure for that. But here's the thing, sir. I don't deal with these situations really very often. I'm letting you out of jail if you want to go out of jail, but you're telling me you don't want to leave jail. But then on the other hand, you want a speedy trial. So, I mean, there's definitely a contradiction there's some contradiction there because, I mean, you want me to hurry up and get you to trial, but then on the other hand, you don't want to get out of jail.
I don't have a lot of money, so for me to go out of jail and to get a job while I'm not feeling well, and then to come back here, I might
I don't
have to take off
want
work.
to talk about your illness over the internet, but is this some kind of illness that if you took some medicine, maybe you'd feel better?
I can't answer that, Your Honor.
You mean
really can't?
You don't know the answer, or you don't want to answer?
I mean, I'm thinking about it right now, and I believe there's some medicine, but I can't be sure what it would be.
Do you want me to call your parents in New Jersey and tell them you're in the jail here? Let them know.
Your Honor, I'd appreciate that.
Okay. What's your who am I calling? Who do you want me to call?
My father's number is in my head. It's a 516 area code.
Go ahead.
835-4503.
Now, what's your father's name?
Mitchell. With the Meyer, last name Meyer.
Okay. I'll be right back. Hold on. Go ahead, Wood. We'll just do a photo order anyway. Sir, do you have any marks on your body?
Yes.
Did you get these marks as a result of the police doing something to you?
I don't know who it was, Your Honor.
Okay.
I was arrested.
That's fine. We're gonna order. Somebody's gonna come over and take photos of your injuries. All right?
Yes.
It's for your behalf. It'll preserve the evidence. All right? So
Yes.
I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, here's the good news, sir. I contacted your father. I had a long talk with him. I found out you're a baseball player. What position do you play, sir?
I play all the positions, Your Honor.
All positions. Really? What's your best what's your best position?
Judge.
I couldn't tell you. I played infield the longest, but outfield is really where I excel.
Okay, great. All right, well, look, your father knows you're probably going to be in jail a couple more days. I think he's trying to help you get back to New Jersey, all right?
Your Honor, I definitely am trying to go back myself.
Okay, well, good luck, all right?
Your Honor, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, leave it the way it is. Okay, now what about,
Just got our felony cases.
how about Terry Boatwright?
What year are you? Here he is. This has not been filed. He's entitled to an ROR.
Sir, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, Mr. Boatwright. Good luck.
In case you have 18 pairs.
Thanks. How about Quincy Burgess?
It's filed. It's on Odyssey.
Yes, sir.
Where's Quincy Burgess?
He's at
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Burgess, give me a moment. I need to look something up right here on the computer.
Just one more case and then we're out. No, serious.
Okay, you are Mr. Burgess. And sir, I'm looking here on the Odyssey computer. It says on May 12, 2015, the state of Florida filed a criminal charge against you, a formal charge. I'll look at it.
Good job, Sean.
You're charged with one count of robbery by sudden snatching, one count of trespassing, misdemeanor. Let me look on the second page here. Signed and sworn to by Alex Urella, State Attorney's Office, May 12, 2015. Let me ask the defense, do you have any issues with this, sir? Okay, on Mr. Quincy Burgess, sir, 15-004689 CF10. The motion to release you on your own recognizance today will be denied. All previously set bond and release conditions will remain in full force and effect. Thank you, sir. Now, I'm going to see James Scott.
Okay, Your Honor, we're really just here on 14-4211 CF10A. I don't even know if they would have been able to pull him in time.
Okay.
Basically what's going on with Mr. Scott is he was originally arrested on aggravated battery, resisting DWLS. A signature has bonded him. He then had his bond revoked on other cases. He's been sentenced on those cases. So now the only reason he's in right now is he has, on this case number, the 14-4211 CF10A, a burg dwelling and a grand theft. He just needs to have a bond set on the burg dwelling, and then I believe a signature is going to post his bond. They've already bonded out $10,600 on the AgBat, resisting with violence, and DWLS.
Okay.
And he has a convenience bond of $1,000 on a grand theft under 14-4211 CF10A. The allegation, this allegedly occurred November 2012. A burglary occurred in a home. They made, it looks like fingerprint comparisons and implicated him as the one committing the burglary, where approximately $1,000 to $3,000 worth of property was stolen. Pause. They didn't have time. Pause. By the time Marge got the word to the jail, there wasn't enough time to pull him, but he's aware of the situation. His bondsman's aware of the situation. They're just waiting to have the bond set to bond him out.
Count one will be 5,000, two will be 1,000.
Okay.
All right, here we go. That's on Mr. James Scott. There we go. Okay, we're done. Thank you, everyone. We'll see everyone back here tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8:30 in the morning. Until then, we're out from 2:30.